So one of the best ways to go about making a tincture for yarrow is to get your fresh cut flowers. What's great about these is that they make a beautiful cut flower. So earlier I was pruning some of our flowers and put together a little vase of some zinnias and some of my basil that's flowering, and just a few little cuttings, and they just look really pretty together. So I love putting some cut yarrow in with that whenever I do it, and it's just really pretty. Now for the yarrow itself, to dry it out, what I like to do is to just I usually use these 2 strings. I just keep reusing them over and over again, and I just try to tie it. I try to fit as many in there as possible and make just 2 big bunches and dry them, and just leave them out drying, and I'll check it every few days. It's not as hot here in Texas this week, so it might take a little bit longer to dry, but things usually relatively dry here like super fast. So just a real easy tie, and then I'll just hang that from one of our little rafters up here and leave it out here. So we'll let that dry, and I'll show you what I have with the batch that I have ready. Hey guys, it's here 2 weeks later since I started drying my flowers. I wanted to come out here because I am about to show you how to make a tincture, but I wanted you to know that as far as fresh cuts go, not only are they beautiful in flower arrangements as I was showing you, but whenever you are having a fever, you can fresh cut these and put them in a bath and soak in that to reduce your fever. You also can cut these when you are bleeding excessively, and just not only the flowers but also the leaves. Put it on your wound and it'll help you to stop bleeding so much. Growing yarrow is a lovely thing to do because not only is it beautiful, but it is something that has so many purposes. So growing it is a revolutionary act. It's a medicinal flower. I like to grow the cerise queen. The medicinal qualities in the flowers are best in the wild white cuts or any of the pink varieties, and this is one of the pink varieties. The richest concentration of the medicinal qualities is when it's in full flower, and it's not just in the flowers, but it's the leaves. The nickname for yarrow is cure-all, and I think it's called that because it's an amphoretic, which means that it moves in the direction of where your body needs it. So something that sounds conflicting about yarrow and it being an amphoretic is that it can be a stimulant and it can also be a sedative. Some of the benefits about yarrow is it's an antiseptic, it's an anti-inflammatory, it can stimulate a menstrual cycle, but it can also calm one down and ease the cramps. It can aid in digestion is another benefit of yarrow. So this recipe is really simple. You just have to cut some flowers, whether it be fresh. You can dry your flowers like you saw me dry my flowers. I've made it both ways, and I'll be showing you how I make my tincture. But the medium that you use for the recipe, after you cut these and you put it in just a glass jar, you want to cover it either with this glycerin, as you see here, food grade, alcohol, 80 proof or more, or some apple cider, and you just want to cover it. The only thing I want to say is that the shelf life of your tincture is going to be longer with the alcohol. The glycerin is like 2 to 3 years, and then the cider is about a year or 2. So it's like the longest, the medium, and the shorter shelf life.
Now, can you use any alcohol?
You can use any alcohol. Like vodka is the most popular, but just make sure that it's 80 proof or more is what I've read. And this is from Rosemary Gladstar. I have been following her for all this advice. So after you do this and you set it like this, you want to set it in a sunny location, like on a windowsill, for about 4 to 6 weeks. And they say it's good to shake it every day. You don't have to, but a lot of people believe that if you shake it every day and say a prayer, it's much more powerful. I made some on 8/25/20 already. So this one's ready for me to go ahead and strain it out and put it into my little tincture bottles. So we're about to do that. I ordered some really cute bottles for my tinctures on Amazon. So I am going to go ahead and pour this into my bottles. The only thing about it being a black bottle is
you don't know how full it's going to get.
Yeah, so I gotta watch it. I was just kind of playing with these little tincture bottles because I haven't yet. And they are 2-ounce sizes, and as I mentioned before, the dosage is 1/4 of a teaspoon to a 1/2 of a teaspoon. I was trying to gather enough in here, and I noticed that when I do that, it fills it on the 1/4 of a teaspoon. So you would, dosage wise, do 1 to 2 of these. While filling these bottles, I realized that while these are 2-ounce bottles, it was most comfortable to just put 1.5 ounces in here because of the dropper that submerges in there. It can cause some spillage. So it was best to put a little bit less in there. Now I got 10 bottles out of what I did in my 1 quart. And just know that that can vary because it just depends on how much you put in here and the amount of medium, whether it be the alcohol, the glycerin, or the apple cider that you have it submerged under. So it just depends on that. So what I got though was 10 2-ounce bottles that are filled a little bit less than that. So I just want to reiterate, if I didn't already, that the dosage of this is 1/4 to a 1/2 teaspoon when you are having symptoms that require it every hour for about 6 hours. If you like this video, please hit the like button. It really does help our channel. And if you could hit that subscribe button, it really would help you have our information when our videos load. If you're currently making any Yarrow tinctures or any yarrow for any medicinal purposes, please comment down below and let me know what your process is. If you like these type of videos, go ahead and not only subscribe, but we're going to put a playlist above here for some home remedies. And until the next time, let's grow together.